Hello, Chelsea fans. Welcome back to the Blues Talk Zone, and remember to subscribe, then enjoy your news. Let's dive in. Title: The Summer Grind. Chelsea's pre-season rebirth. By the time the sun began to rise over Cobham, the first sounds of pre-season had already begun. The sharp whistle of a coach, the thud of a boot on turf, and the deep, burning breaths of players chasing fitness, purpose, and redemption. Chapter 1. Ghosts of a Season Past. The 2024-25 campaign had been a brutal affair for Chelsea. The highs had been erratic, the lows too frequent. Expectations had drowned potential. But a new dawn had broken over Stamford Bridge. The owners had doubled down, bringing in a manager of gravitas and grit, Matias Serrano, a fictional but respected Argentine tactician who'd led Marseille to a League One title with dynamic, fast-pressing football. At 42, Serrano wasn't just modern. He was magnetic, charismatic, brutally honest, and obsessed with details. Pre-season was his crucible. "This summer," he said during his first team meeting, "you leave your excuses outside Cobham. We rebuild, we restart, we rise." Chapter 2. Day 1 at Cobham. The gates of Cobham welcomed a mixed squad. Veterans with bruised pride, eager academy graduates, marquee signings still finding their place, and a few trialists hoping to earn a miracle. Players like Reece James, now fully fit, returned as a silent leader, determined to re-establish dominance. Enzo Fernandez looked sharper after a stop-start season. Cole Palmer, Chelsea's breakout star, arrived early to training, setting the tone. There were new faces, too. A 20-year-old Brazilian midfielder nicknamed Cachorro, fictional, signed from Palmeiras, showed up with quiet confidence. And whispers circulated that a world-class striker deal was nearly done. Serrano wasted no time. First session, no ball. Only heart rate monitors, GPS vests, and high-tempo endurance circuits. Sled pushes, intervals, sandpit resistance work. He wanted to see who would suffer and who would embrace it. "That's not pain," he shouted, watching Mykhailo Mudryk collapse on the pitch after a sprint. "That's progress screaming." Chapter 3. Tactical Awakening. By week 2, the footballs were out, but this wasn't casual rondo. Serrano's sessions were intense. 6v4 possession under pressure. Build-up patterns rehearsed over and over. Double sessions. Tactical video reviews. He envisioned a 3-2-4-1 in possession. Aggressive wingbacks, inverted midfielders, and relentless pressing. "Nobody walks," he told Conor Gallagher after a lukewarm press in training. "You press or you perish." Serrano's right-hand man, assistant coach Luis Benitez, was the enforcer. Former military. His motto? Discipline builds freedom. Players were fined for arriving 1 minute late. Mobile phones during meals? Confiscated. Nutrition was overhauled. Junk food was banned. Some grumbled. Others thrived. Chapter 4. The mental battle week 3 was a psychological marathon. Each player had a one-on-one with Dr. Elaine Rhodes, the club's new sports psychologist. She probed everything: resilience, confidence, fear. Mudryk confessed he felt he'd failed to live up to his transfer fee. Dr. Rhodes crafted a tailored program: visualization, confidence scripts, journaling. Within days, his body language shifted. Trevoh Chalobah, uncertain of his role, was encouraged to lead a team talk. By the end, even the youngest academy players hung on his words. And Serrano began a ritual. Every Friday, a team bonfire at Cobham. Phones off, no media. Players shared stories, truths, goals. The first night was awkward. The second night was cathartic. By the third week, even Enzo, reserved, guarded, stood up and spoke in Spanish about why he came to Chelsea. To build something history will remember. Chapter 5. Tour of Truth Week 4. Pre-season tour in the US. Games against Real Madrid, Inter, and LA Galaxy. The squad boarded the charter flight leaner, fitter, sharper. Serrano's methods were paying off. Against Inter, they dominated possession. Cachorro dazzled with a pre-assist in a 2-1 win. Reece James played 60 minutes without issue. Chelsea fans watching online began to believe. But the Real Madrid match brought a reality check. A 3-0 loss. Vinicius Jr. tore through the defense. Serrano was furious, not at the loss, but the response. "Football is not chess, it's war," he said after the match. "You got hit, you hid. We don't do that." The next day, no rest. High-intensity training in the Vegas heat. Mudryk led sprints. Jackson, criticized for his finishing, stayed late with Serrano, working on his angles. Palmer took free kicks until nightfall. Chapter 6. Brotherhood. The defining moment came in the final tour match. LA Galaxy had less quality, but played with heart. In the 88th minute, Palmer was hacked down. A scuffle ensued. Enzo stood up for him. James confronted the culprit. Cachorro shoved away a second Galaxy player. Red cards were waved, but the message was clear. Chelsea were no longer a fractured group. They were brothers. Post-match, in the locker room, Serrano walked in silently. He picked up the badge on a training shirt and said, "Now, you earn this." The room roared. Chapter 7. Homecoming back at Cobham. The final weeks were about sharpness, fine-tuning, and selections. Serrano was ruthless, sent 3 players to train with the U23s, promoted 2 academy talents. He told senior players, "Age doesn't buy loyalty, performance does." The season opener loomed, and behind closed doors, Chelsea played a final preseason match against Brentford. 4-0, fluid football, goals from Palmer, Jackson, Gallagher, and a rocket from Cachorro. Serrano called it the best 90 minutes since his arrival. The squad watched it together that night, not for analysis, but belief. Chapter 8. One team, one dream. The final night before the season opener, Serrano gathered the entire squad in the dressing room. No lights, just the projector. It played moments from preseason. Sprints, goals, tears, jokes, injuries overcome, brotherhood forged. Then, his voice. "You're ready, not because you are perfect, but because you sacrifice together." He pointed to the wall. It read, "Fortes fortuna adiuvat." Fortune favors the brave. And under it, in blue, Chelsea united, unbreakable. Epilogue. A new chapter begins. Stamford Bridge was packed, flags waved, the crowd roared. Chelsea walked out, not as individuals with fractured agendas, but as a unit forged in sweat, fire, and belief.